Sky Squad, we are back in the building, baby. And let me tell you something. Belle Collective Season 2 has been a long time coming, right? So when I saw the trailer for Season 2, I said, yes, they did it right. Y'all gave us drama, intrigue, lots of love. The men are active and a part of the story. And so I felt like after last week's press trip to Jackson, Mississippi, I was like, we got to start the season off with these interviews. And of course, we had to start it off with Lateshia Pearson, baby.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yes,
So,
thank you.
first of all, I want to say, number one, thank you for doing this and taking time out of your schedule because I know you got things to do. Two, thank you for showing us such an amazing time last week for the press day. I have got to tell you the truth, and I'm just gonna give you some praise real quick. I've never done one of those before, right? So that was my first one. Now, the two other young ladies that were there, they had done them before. And when one of the things that they said was, this is the best experience that we have had. And I was like, having nothing else to base it off of, in my mind, I was like, is this how they all are? But they were like, not always, right? So this was to them. They spoke such high praise about it. And I know that I left there feeling like almost a new person, having experienced everything that we all experienced that day. So I want to say thank you for welcoming us to Jackson with open arms. And y'all all are amazing. I just got to say.
Well, oh my gosh, thank you. And it was so amazing, even more amazing. I've liked your energy online, but even to sit there or sit next to you on the bus or just experience, your greatness. Thank you so much. Thank you for being who you are. So just thank you. And I'm glad you enjoyed Jackson, and it was amazing. So thank you. Thank you.
We had a ball. And for those of you guys who want to get a little glimpse of that, by the time you see this, part 1 of my Jackson, Mississippi vlog will be up. And then I'll do another part for the next week. And then we'll continue on because I had a lot of footage. So I was like, we had a lot of fun. I will most likely put music over any dialogue so that people don't get any idea of conversations. Because I tried not to get no like personal conversations or nothing like that. But I just wanted to tell you, like, man, I am still on a high from last week. So had y'all, and I know we talked about this, but y'all had never done that before. Have y'all ever watched the show together like that?
Never. That was the first time. Never. Like the first time. It was crazy. It was like a watch party. You know what I mean? Kind of, but I mean to sit there and see who's saying what, and you like looking back and I'm like, oh, that's how you feel, boo. Okay, sis, I got you. So that was the first time. So I was just like, wow. That was an experience for me, for all of us. That was an experience. And shout out to OWN, man. They came through.
They did. And I kept saying, I was like, ooh, I feel so awkward right now because I'm like, I'm in between people that, not at our tables specifically, but just in the room with people that are saying things about each other on the screen. And I'm like,
yeah, you heard a lot of, I said what I said. And your picture was like, oh God, this is a brunch. Is this a brunch? Like, what's about to happen right now? Because everybody like, I said what I said. And oh my gosh, it was different. It was different, I must say. It was very different.
You were right. It was like, in my mind, it felt like this is what
go ahead and say it. Being at a brunch was like, exactly. Well, don't make me cry. Do not make me cry. Like I laughed from laughing.
I told you last season that I wanted to be at a brunch, and Lord, if I didn't manifest it, because it was.
You were just in your food, like, oh Lord, what is happening? I'm in the middle of this. I mean, yeah, you were there, honey. You were there. Thank goodness we were trying to keep it together for OWN. So a lot of we kind of kept it. But yeah, that was you got a little feel of it, honey.
So I kind of want to actually talk about where we are right now, especially with the world having seen episode 1 and then episode 2 coming out tonight, because
Mhm.
it'll, by the time they see y'all, everybody's watching this, it'll be on right
Mhm.
tonight. So without giving anything away, I do want to I kind of wanted to apologize to you for something that I said when I sat down. I said to you, because that was my first time meeting Glenn as well. Like, you and I had conversations, obviously via interview, and then,
Mhm.
just via social media and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I got to tell y'all, for people who have never met Glenn in real life, Glenn is a very likable guy.
Oh
He's a
gosh. Tell
very
me about
likable
it.
guy. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't, I don't, I never know what to expect when I meet people, but he is just one of those types of people that you just instantly like. He's smart, he's funny, he's nice. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Just to people in general. And I really, really like that. And I said it before I thought about it. I said, ooh, I feel like y'all got this chemistry, and a part of me wants to see y'all together. And I apologize for saying it, because I don't think it was until that day that I felt
Mhm.
your feelings about the situation, and then seeing it on the episode,
Mhm.
feeling it in person. I almost wanted to apologize, because I was like, wow, this is y'all, what y'all are going through is really intense.
Yeah. No, please don't apologize. I appreciate you just being you. And it's not just you. When we're around each other, around other people, it's like, wow, I can feel the love, I can sense the love. But I mean, DJ Richie, there are some underlying issues like you're gonna see, and he is a great guy. Glenn is funny. I've been with this man since I was 17 years old. He is a funny guy. He's likable. So if you're torn, imagine me,
Yeah.
just like that. He's a great father. I will never water him down when it comes to that, but we are in the middle of a real life situation, and I respect your chemistry, but I gotta move off my chemistry. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
And that's why I wanted to apologize, because I felt like at the time I didn't take your feelings into consideration, when I said it. But when I did say it, I honestly, sometimes I just say whatever I'm thinking. And that's
Hmm.
how I was feeling in the moment. So I just kind of wanted to acknowledge that right off the bat. Um, how how was it watching this recent episode with him, the first episode, and seeing this episode that we saw together with him?
Hmm. It was heartbreaking. Like I just reliving that, being in that, like in just to see where we are now, where we've been. You got to, again, I can't stress it enough. This was my best friend. We didn't have a cushion behind our back. God was our cushion. We were each other's cushion. Like this was my person. So for us to be in this situation now, it is hurtful. I could have never. I mean, we were black goals and all this type of stuff. I could have never imagined that we would be experiencing what we are experiencing now. So watching that and reliving that and seeing like, wow, this is where I am. Like this is not us, but this is us. And it was hurtful. And then with Joshua seeing that and me, having to get myself together. Okay, you got me some flowers, but yeah, okay, cool. Let's talk about this. You know what I mean? So it's hard to not it's hard to not like him, as you said earlier, but at the same time I'm in a place where I have to understand and respect myself enough to know that enough is enough. Okay, you've been the wife, you've been the girlfriend, you've been the sister, all of this, like I said, from 17 now to now. Enough is enough. It's time. We in another season, baby, of our lives. We can't bring in what we were doing when we were kids over here. Either you gonna be everything I need, or we can compromise. We're gonna respect each other, or this season is up. I just need Glenn to be the man that I know he's capable, that I thought he was capable of being, but I'm not gonna force anybody to love me. And that's where I am right now.
Mm. I mean, and it's a powerful place for you to be, albeit a painful place to be at the
Hmm.
time. And I think seeing it face to face, I really just had a different level of respect for where you are with that. And to be able to still move together in a way that's positive was also really nice to see. Also, your cast is so supportive of the two of y'all.
Very. This is very. I mean, when I tell you very, I have to ask the girls sometimes. It's crazy because the guys are like, for me, I have to ask the girls, like, are y'all my friend, y'all team Tisha or y'all team Glenn? They're like, no, we're team Tisha and Glenn. So
Okay.
it's like they too are forcing, and especially Latrice, you start, oh, well, Lateshia, why don't you and Glendale sit together? Just messy. You know what I'm saying? Lateshia, you should just spend the night with Glendale tonight. He looks lonely. Just anything, you know? And Marie walking behind me saying, team wife. I'm like, okay, first of all, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? But I mean, and this didn't just happen, DJ Richie. This took time. Like this was over time for me to say, you know what, Glenn? Look now, these are no longer mistakes. A mistake we can forgive. Now it's a habit. Right. That's my problem. Now things are becoming a habit, and you like, oh, well, I can forgive her. I mean, she's gonna forgive me, and then things are back to normal. So now he's trying to adjust to this new Tisha. He don't know. He didn't know if I was gonna sit with him on the bus or not. He didn't know if I was going to tell him which kind of get him a sandwich or not. He didn't know. He didn't know. He was surprised about, oh, you picked my food out for the dinner. Yeah, you got to eat. You know, so he didn't. He's not sure where I am. And to be honest, I'm not sure. All I know is what I deserve. And I'm not putting up with this stuff no more. I just know this season in my life, no. I'm compromised. I'm still going to be me. I'm still, you know, for whatever. I'm still going to love wholeheartedly, but I ain't going to let nobody keep playing with me. And that's where I am right now, especially a man that's attached to me, my husband, a man that's supposed to protect me and honor me. I'm not looking for perfection in nobody. That's unheard of. But at least you got to do better. That's it. Just do better.
Yeah. Do you think that a part of him, and this is you, as we met you in season 1 and we were introduced to you, I mean, you already felt to me like a powerful woman who was trying to make some really serious moves with regards to like not only Ferris Street, but just in a couple of different ways, women empowerment, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Do you think that after seeing you on the show, that he maybe saw a different side of you as you guys went through this, and maybe that raised his level of, I don't want to say respect, but just changed something in him to see what had already been there being manifest on TV?
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. Absolutely. Again, from me being 17 all the way up to now, you know, all the way up to now, I have no problem saying 41. This has been someone who, like, I respect his opinion. I honored him. He led our family. He led me. You know, he came into my life and he took on a lot of responsibilities, you know, with me. Just, I left. I went to college. He got me through college, you know, and different things like that. So he's been my person. We've been each other's person. So for years, all of these years, what Glenn said to me, I believed. I believed my husband. When I would go to him for advice. And now, since I'm out of the situation and I'm looking into it, it's like, so the advice that you will pour into me, it was more beneficial for him than us. That makes sense? Because again, I don't know. Glenn is a man. He's been that person. He needs me to need him. He wants me to need him. And I respect all of those things. But watching me on the show and seeing how I was provoked on purpose to come to the forefront. I've been in Glenn's shadow. You know what I mean? Glenn has the flashy one. He was doing some rap stuff. He was always the flashy. I got this for my wife. And that was cool with me. Right. So when we started filming the television show, everything changed. It went to Tisha, we can't compromise Letitia's mic. We can't compromise Glenn. You're gonna have to use the boom. We can't compromise. He like, wait, what? You know what I mean? What you mean? You know, he wasn't used to me being the forefront or the center. It was always him. So definitely seeing this and seeing me come into this woman that God has already created me to be, and I'm walking in manifestation, it's an adjustment for him. Because again, seeing that, oh my God, my wife is on a reality TV show and I'm her supporting actor, that really, it was an adjustment. I'm not gonna lie, and he'll tell you it was an adjustment. And a lot of people say for reality TV, it's messy, it's this, it's that, it's all of that. But for me and my personal experience, I found my voice in reality TV. I found my place in reality TV. When I went to sit in that confessional seat by myself and looked over and I didn't have Glenn, it was like, you got this. And I was able to be myself and be me without that. Normally I would follow like, okay, what do we do? What this, that. So it provoked me. Reality TV, it gave me a voice to become the person that I know I should have been a long time ago. So I found myself in reality TV, you know.
I like that. I do want to, there was one other thing that I wanted to talk about that, it irked my spirit. I can't remember which episode it's in, so y'all gonna have to forgive me on this one. But it was a comment about him needing so much attention. And you were like, how many times a day am I supposed to call you? Oh, I've been in that situation before. And so I understood it. So like, when you said it, I was like, listen, I could not do that either.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting. It will never be enough.
Never. And I'm like, I'm talking, how much more attention do you need? And he said, it's an addiction. Attention is an addiction. And I'm like, listen. So I'm like, okay, did you eat? And I would do those things, DJ Richie, when there would be other women. I'm like, why are you entertaining this? Well, I tried to call you, but you know, you're building your brand, or you're doing this, or you're on the phone, or you're handling business. So this person was able to meet that need right now because I'm gone on a boat. I'm gone. And I'm like, read a book. You have, read a book or something. Research how to start your own business. Research whatever, something to pass time. Yeah. And so I found myself like, oh Lord, okay, am I failing as a wife? All right. So it's like, hey, how you doing? What you eat? Oh my God, did you get a new haircut? Oh my God, it just went into all of that where it wasn't genuine. And I love being me. I don't have to fake who I am. And in that moment, I felt like I don't genuinely care if you have a haircut because I'm not thinking it right now. I didn't even notice it. No, you don't have a haircut. I know you just got a haircut last week, so I know you didn't get one today. But to make him feel good or give him any type of attention, I would have to do that. Like, what did you eat? How's it going? What is the weather? Oh my God, are you working out? Like, and it was just kind of like, what? I don't know. But DJ Richie, that still wasn't enough. So that still wasn't enough. And it was exhausting for me. And
yeah. I can imagine. I can only imagine.
Woo, Lord.
I ain't gonna keep you on that subject too much longer because I know, but what I'm gonna mention something, and I just want you to think about it at some point. I do feel like there's a book in there somewhere, about this, about just finding your voice in the way that you have found it, and also, claiming your independence. Regardless of whether or not you decide to ever, go back down that road with him, I think that will be a new Tisha because you have learned so much in this period of time. And I think that will be inspiring for other women and other just people in general who getting out of situations to read about. So hopefully we'll get something in that regard at some point?
Well, we are working on some things.
Oh, okay.
Oh, DJ Richie, look at you over here confirming and manifesting with me. I am here for it, honey. See, this is alignment. And even when you get out of situations, or even when I went back to my mom's because I needed that. You know how like, oh mama, just put me in your chest. Like I needed that. I mean, this was new to me. I was like, what's happening? All I could do, like some people will say, no matter how old you get, I will run back to my mama. And she just boom, boom, and pour it into me. And, I did find myself and I found my voice, and it makes a lot of people uncomfortable, but that's okay. That's okay. That's how you know you're on the right track. That's how you know that you're walking in your purpose. You're walking in alignment, because right now Glenn is on rah-rah because, I'm no longer a robot. You can't just program me like that to say, oh, that's not how it went. It went this way. Or this woman came up to me and I told her I was married and she just kept coming. I'm like, first of all, lady, stay away from my hut. You know what I mean? That was me. And now it's like, no woman should even feel comfortable enough to come to you. You should make them feel comfortable. I'm not saying not have friends,
right?
But you gotta, you know what it is. You know what's respectful and what's disrespectful. So, it is what it is. He's fun. He's a fun guy. Glenn is a fun guy. I'm not gonna take that away. And he can make you think you crazy. Yeah. He can make you think you crazy. I'm like, so many times I was like, it's me.
I didn't. Luckily, I didn't experience that part. But I will say, in your defense, without going into too many details, some of the ladies that were on the trip did give it to him nice and good. Okay, in your defense, I will let you know that in case you missed it.
I missed that. Mm-hmm. I'm glad they do. And this, what I love about this cast is, regardless of what's going on, like we're there to support when it matters the most. You know what I mean? We are there, and I know they are with the good, the bad, the ugly. But in this moment right now, I'm in a place in my life where I want to try things myself. Let me give Tisha a shot. Yeah. Let me give Tisha a shot. And that's where I am. Let me give Tisha a shot. And in Glenn's defense, if we should, I've never seen him fight for his family like this. This is my first time, but this is my first time taking a stand. This is my first time using my voice to, value myself.
Yeah. And you mentioned like, the ladies on the show being supportive and whatnot. I do want to talk to you a little bit about you guys coming back for season 2. We know from social media that we are missing a Belle, and then we got 2 new Belles. Mm-hmm. What was your general sense, or how did you find out that Dr. Antoinette Liles would not be returning?
I found out that she wouldn't be returning actually the week of the show. That she wouldn't be coming back, like of airing the episode. That she wasn't going to come back. So I really don't know like the details of everything that was going on. I don't know what's what, but I did find out like the week, like when we were filming that week, that she wouldn't be coming back. So that's how I found out. I didn't know prior or anything. I don't think anyone did. I don't think.
Yeah, just looking online, from her social media, she admitted it seemed like it was more of a time type of situation for her and trying to open up her practice. How did we get these 2 new Belles? Like, let's start with Aikisha. How did she? What? Because you kind of had a hand in that, correct?
Yes. Okay. Aikisha, as she was talking on the trip, Aikisha, after we wrapped.
And let me say this. For the audience, you have not met Aikisha yet, okay? You will meet her tonight. and you will definitely...
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, honey.
Did you expect
Yes.
all that you're gonna get from her when you made this connection? How did that come about?
So when we wrapped the first episode, like the first season, she had reached out to Melanie, Latrice's publicist, Melanie, and she also reached out to Tambra Cherie.
Okay.
So she was like, "Oh my God, who is this Lateshia? She's so inspiring. She's such an amazing woman, and she's doing something on Ferris Street. I want to meet with her." So I'm like, okay. For me, DJ Richie, I would go through. So they told me that, Melanie and everybody. I reached out to her myself in the DM. I was like, "Hey, thank you. It's nice to meet you. You're on Ferris Street. Would love for us to connect." And she just came back and was like, "I've heard wonderful things, blah blah." So fast forward. We hopped on a call and she was talking about Ferris Street and how she's always wanted to do reality TV. And, and I think she's pitched a couple times. I don't know if it was about Ferris Street or not. I'm not sure. I didn't ask, but just her passion that she had for Ferris Street, I was like, oh my gosh, this girl can come in and beat the doors down, because you guys watch the struggles that I went through last season. Yeah. She's coming in with property from, her family. So how you guys going to tell her like, no? So I'm like, you know what? I think it would be a great idea, if we did a scene together where you're actually going with me or to Ferris Street to like, okay, we have somebody in here now with a building. So what y'all gonna do? Because I'm going to Ferris Street with nothing but a vision, trying to beat the block down, beat the doors down. So when that came about, I did pitch Aikisha to be on the show. I thought that her passion, and for me, DJ Richie, even on camera, off cameras, if there's something that someone wants to do, hey, if I can bridge it, let's bridge this, then that's what it is. And this is something that she's always wanted, like to do television. So for her to come and do television with a story about Ferris Street, I just thought it made sense. And she even empowered and poured into me about my brunches and just me as a woman. I just thought that she would bring spice. I thought that she would bring, she brought a lot of honey, the spice. Listen, I ain't know sis was coming in, baby, with agendas. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And, we just, that's how that happened. And, and Sogucci, the same way, one of the cast members, I think, pitched Sogucci. I don't know. I want to say Latrice, maybe, and we just needed, there were a lot of people though. We gave Carlos, and there were a lot of people that we did bring to that we thought would be a great addition to the show. But at the end of the day, the king, honey, the king got the last say so, honey, the king. So I mean, it was on him, and that's what it is. Whoever he felt like had that bug, honey, that's what happened. And here we are.
Listen. I told y'all then, I'm gonna say it again. Y'all have the perfect cast. It is perfection. Like when they see
don't make me, please don't, please.
All I'm gonna say is this. I'm gonna say this, and because I want to ask you also about something else that's going on. You can let me just say this to y'all that's watching. Lateshia has one of her infamous brunches. And it does not disappoint. Okay, that's. But you know what? Before I get to the brunch, there's a scene before that it is one of the most hilarious scenes. And all I'm gonna say is watch Aikisha and watch Marie. I'm gonna leave it at that.
This is crazy. I'm like, is this happening? Is this happening? This was a smaller brunch. More private. I'm thinking we're all bringing our issues and we're going to heal each other. Yeah. We're all going through things, but yeah.
From your vantage point, what is the issue with Latrice and Marie? You ain't got to give nothing away about tonight because it's gonna manifest. But just overall, what is it about the two of them that just...
The thing is, what is it? And I ask them all the time, what is it? So that's the question. That should be what is it? What is the problem? What are we doing? I mean, even with you when you were here last week, I mean, we're trying to be on Ferris Street. We're having a good moment. They hear Marie said, "Oh, now she want to take a picture by my name, Hamilton." Latrice wants to be me. Well, how did we get here? We're just on Ferris Street. Aikisha giving us a tour. We had I mean, this was too much, honey. This was too much. But I do not know what the problem is. I don't know what the problem is. They got this big sister, little sister. I don't know. Love to hate. I don't know. I don't know.
That's what it feels like. Like, it feels like, I mean, all I can say is it's funny on TV. It's funny in person. Let's talk about Ferris Street for a second.
Okay.
Because when we was riding by, I was like, oh no. We got to stop over here because I got this.
Yeah.
And then just experience, first of all, it's like a place where you can just kind of like feel the history, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody seemed to also have a memory about Ferris Street as well. Then to see it and to see the potential, man, it's like you got buildings that are unoccupied, but they're not like tore down. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There is an endless sea of possibilities on that street. And even as Ikeshia was giving us her tour, okay, which I so greatly appreciate.
You better, honey. You better not say nothing no different.
I did. You know what? I loved her. She is
something. Like,
y'all gonna love her. Y'all gonna love her. But what is the problem with allowing someone who wants to do something to come in and restore this area of opportunity? What are the roadblocks that you're running up against?
Mm-hmm. Several. For me, the roadblocks, the redevelopment authority, they were coming out of, I guess, some legal things with it. From my understanding, just hearsay, it was more so like in-house, or they had people they wanted to, or they had their own vision. And I really don't know. Like, trying to get a meeting was hard. I don't really know. That's why I'm hoping and praying that with, I don't know, I can't give too much, but I'm hoping and praying that, I love Aikisha's vision. I loved her passion about Ferris Street since the day we talked. And I just hope and pray that she's able to manifest what it is that she's wanting to do and pave the way for others. Because it's kind of like, if you come in with your own, then now we're going to really see what's the problem. And we can go from there. So I don't have the answer to that. All I know is I was beating down the doors. Even, like I said, when we wrapped, Marie was like, I know there's a passion. Let's try it one more time. So we still went down trying to get a meeting. We still tried to, I don't know. I don't know what the issue is or anything. So I don't know. We shall see. I'm interested in knowing the same thing.
Yeah, it's just kind of odd to me because, it seems like, okay, if somebody on the inside has something that they had planned, what y'all ain't making no moves on it. So and there's plenty of street, okay, to go any kind of for people to come in and say, hey, listen, I want a piece of this building right here or this space right here, and slowly but surely, gradually build it up. And people wanting to get into that space, you would think that adds to the value of the
Yes. And even purchasing, I don't know if you can remember, they were wanting me to do like this super long lease, like super, super long for so many years. And it was just obstacles on every end. I don't know if you noticed the first part of the street, they had started revitalizing that. I don't know what happened, just or in the street, different things happen and they stop. So I'm hoping someone can get in there and figure out what's going on, what happened, and what's the next step, and I'm okay. I'm okay passing up a time. I'm okay with that. I just want to see it manifested. I want to see it becomes what it used to be. I want to see the Black Mecca again. I want a spot we can go and buy some virgin goddess knit hair, or Marie want to put one of her clinics down there, or whatever. The brunch venue, resource centers for entrepreneurs. Things that we didn't have. We I didn't have growing up. So that's what I wanted to do. So we shall see, honey. I'm following the story, and I'm very interested. I'm a fan of the whole what's next with Ferris Street.
Okay. So we will be seeing more of that this season. What else can we expect this season? I mean, that you can tease, but not give away.
Gosh, when I tell you this season right here, you ain't got no hair on your head, but put a head up there, because the little hair that's up there, baby, when I tell you this season is amazing, and you're going to see people, all of us, navigate through things that we wouldn't even tell our friends. I don't think. You're going to see a lot of laughs. You're going to see a lot of catty girl fights. You're going to see, of course, the infidelity, me personally navigating through what I'm navigating through, Marie, and just tragedy. Latrice trying to figure out about, Zaddy and the bed. You're going to see us maneuver through so many things. But at the end of the day, we all bosses, and we're all putting ourselves first. And it's just up and it's stuff. It's an all new Belle Collective, honey. I'm trying not to give too much, but I'm a fan of the show. Oh, my mother in my church lady, honey, they had so much oil on me Sunday at church from praying for me, praying on me. I had oil on my forehead, honey. Mama had to say, they okay, warriors. The prayer warriors, baby, had buried me in oil. But my mom and Miss Olame at our church, she said, it's like I'm watching a soap opera. My mom said it was better than The Bold and Beautiful, and nothing gets better than The Bold and Beautiful.
It really is.
It's a soap opera.
Speaking of that, I know what I meant to ask you. What? I didn't ask nobody that day, and I should have, but I'm going to ask you now that I got you in front of me. What were you thinking when Taisha came into your office and told you about the Damon situation? That would be so awkward for me. You know what I'm saying? Because what do you do? Because I didn't know what Timber and he were at the end of last season. I couldn't tell if they were just because you even asked her, are y'all
friends? I didn't. Yeah.
Decided to kind of make a baby together. So how did you? And I'm sure we'll see how it plays out. I want to know how you felt that day.
Oh my gosh! So first of all, being in the middle is never a good place. It's easier to pick a side. Being in the middle is hard because Taisha, what? And then you did what, Taisha? We doing what here? What, when, how? Timber eggs over here. What is happening in this moment? So for me hearing that, I'm like, girl, here we go. Here we go. I wish that I could literally unhear that, because what do you do with this? This is somebody, Timber's my friend. This is someone who's planning a whole pregnancy with this man. And now, Taisha, you saying Damon is greedy and greedy is Damon. So what are we doing here?
So she had been kind of telling you about him for a while.
Yes, yes, mind you, when Taisha used to bring events to the city and different things like that, concerts when I was younger, not younger, honey, 20s, whatever. And that's where I met Greedy. then. Now they've never like hung out. I've never seen them be intimate or anything like that. I mean, I can't say that, but he was a person that was a part of this entertainment world as well. So she always put me at the door to count the money down at the end of the night. That was my job. I was in college and that was a job. She's like, when I have these events, I just want you to oversee my, see the money. So I'm like, okay. So at the end of the night, she would be like, there will be Greedy. And once we count down with the venue or whatever, the club owner, give it to Greedy, and then Greedy would, bring it to her. Now, in my mind, I'm assuming if you're giving somebody this much money at night, I'm thinking this your guy. You know what I mean? Like you're telling me to give this to him, but I never witnessed anything them be together. She has said, "Oh, I'm calling my friend," I'm calling my friend, or I'm talking to him, and things like that, like an emotional support or whatever. But she's never said, "Oh, we're gonna go on a date. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that." Like I never witnessed them be together. All I know that she was talking about this one guy who was there for her, and it was him. That's what happened. I'm like, wait, what? So that's the only thing that I knew at that moment when she told me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And she never said anything. She never told me that. She never, said, hey, Tisha, timbre this, timbre that. She's never said anything bad to me about timbre. Nothing. But I did see how she felt, your fake friend. I'm like, girl, come on, what's going on here? So I don't know. That was just a weird space to be in, and I really wish that I could unhear that whole situation and everything that happened. So I'm like, girl, y'all killing me.
I can go ahead and tell y'all. I can say this: we'll have to wait a little while to see how that plays out.
Yes,
yeah, it seems like we'll have to wait a little bit before that really all comes out, I think, in a major way. Lateshia, I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully, like maybe mid-season, you know what I'm saying? Or like later on in the season, you'll be able to come back and we'll obviously have some more questions, because I know once that plays out and some other things that I have seen in the trailer plays out, I'm definitely going to have some more questions. And of course, we just love you over here anyway. So you can come back and talk if you want to.
Thank you. Thank you. You already know how I feel about you, honey. I love you to death. I appreciate you, everything that you do for the culture, and everybody who fought. That says a lot about the people that that subscribe to you, because like I told you before, honey, they want the classy messy, and I'm all for it, honey, the classy messy. So, but thank you for having me, and I'm always here for you, whatever, but it's gone. Y'all hold tight, honey, and tune in every Friday night. So, Belle Collective, we are back. Do you hear me?
The Bells are back. Can you tell them where they can find everything Lateshia Pearson?
Yeah, absolutely. Lateshia Pearson, Facebook, Lateshia Pearson, Twitter, and at Lateshia Pearson _ on Instagram. Y'all just whatever. Ask me any questions. I try my best to like hit everybody back when they send something. If it's nice, I'll be blocking y'all other people. But if it's nice, I will hit back. But yeah, definitely tune in, man. Shout out to everybody on Carlos King, everybody, Kingdom Reign, man, for believing in us, and giving us another shot. And I hope you guys enjoy. All I'm gonna say is what explosive. Do you hear me? Explosive.
Listen, we have been beating down Carlos King's door about Belle Collective since the first season ended. And so finally, we are back in business, baby. So I want to say thank you to you. I want to shout out to Own, Joseph, Denise, everybody who had a part in playing the caterers. Oh my God, the food was amazing. The tour guide, Jackson State University, the Civil Rights Museum, like every place that we went to, it was a very different vibe, a very different experience, but it was an emotionally amazing experience. And I cannot wait to come back and do it all over again. So, Lateshia, thank you for just being you, expressing and really being transparent. Like, people need to see your story And I think it's going to resonate with a lot of people, especially as we continue on throughout the season. So I just wanted to say that to you as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your encouragement and you just being you and having your people and you to beat the doors down, beat the handles down on Carlos for us to come back. And thank y'all so much. Thank you so much. It means more than you know. It's because of, y'all, like, thank you. And I must say, even in the off season, like, you were still, let me keep up with the bells. What's going on? You were still you. So thank you. Thank you for your existence. And let's get it, man. It's up and it's stuck.
It's up and it's up.
Keep me in your
Sky
prayers.
Squad. We will
Mhm.
definitely keep you in our prayers. And Sky Squad, y'all, listen, tune into Belle Collective Friday nights on OWN. No, don't forget it. Set your DVRs. Set your DVRs on the YouTube TV, on the Hulu, on the app. It's everywhere right now. So make sure you guys are keeping up with all the bells. I will have all of Letitia's information in the description of this video. And with that being said, Sky Squad, we are out.
Bye.